Wow!
You're about to witness an excessive amount of dead memes. Hello, and welcome to the first and only installment of Laktoz AJ Does Nerd. In this video, I'll provide an in-depth description on Newton's laws of motion. Newton's first law of motion states, every object persists in its state of rest or uniform motion in a straight line unless it is compelled to change that state by forces impressed upon it. This is more commonly known as inertia. The famous Bill Nye once said,
as you may know,
inertia is a property of matter.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Now, what does this law mean? Well, in simplest terms, it pretty much means that any object will continue moving in a straight line unless another force acts upon it. One example would be, you kick a soccer ball and it rolls away from you. It will never change direction or suddenly stop unless someone kicks it in a different direction or someone stops the ball. However, that soccer ball wouldn't just keep moving forever. Well, I thought you said it would unless another force acts upon it, you may be thinking. Well, there is another force acting upon it, friction. The friction between the ball and the ground slowly slows down the ball until it comes to a complete stop. What about Newton's second law? Well, the first part of the law states, force is equal to the change in momentum per change in time. This simply means that the object will move farther and faster when it is pushed harder. The second part of the law states, for a constant mass, force equals mass times acceleration. This is the equation to calculate the force of a constant mass. This is typically written capital F equals lowercase m times a, as shown on the screen. Newton's third law of motion is by far my favorite. Why? Because it rhymes. The law states, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. I am writing a musical as of now, and that line is absolute gold for raps. Perfect metaphor if you paraphrase it a bit. Anyways, what does it mean? I'll explain this one using an example. So let's say that you're wearing your amazing $800 roller skates and you push against a wall. The action of you pushing against the wall released two reactions, the equal and opposite reaction. The equal reaction is the wall accelerating. You may not have noticed it moving at all, but it did just a tiny bit. The opposite reaction is you rolling in the opposite direction. Half of the force of your push was released back onto you, and because you are wearing those nice, beautiful, fabulous, on-point $800 roller skates, you go rolling across the room. Those are Newton's laws of motion. I have no idea why I ever made this a video, but I did, so yeah.